Hi, everybody. It's Kimberly. I'm an eternal life student, which simply means human. At the end of the day, that really is the only title that we need. I think people are like walking books. We each have our own stories to share, and by learning from each other, we can grow stronger. And today I have a guest who's going to share his. I have Daniel Ness here, and he is a craftsman, an author, and the owner of Happiness Rich. And we are very happy to welcome back for the third episode of Overcoming Ignorance. Hi, Daniel. How are you doing?
I made it 3 rings.
I
Yay!
know, right? A lot
Yeah,
of
yeah,
information
yeah.
to share. So, we'll do a little recap of some things for those who haven't watched, right? And then we'll go into the new season. So, okay, so last time we were talking a little bit about living inside or outside of the box. What does that mean?
The box is your current reality. So
Okay.
you're living in a box. Your box is your family, where you're living, the things you're doing, just day to day living in a box. And outside the box is beyond that, right? It's the big dream. It's the something else besides this is my reality and
Right.
it's going to stay this way forever. So the box is that, and getting thinking outside the box is going, okay, I don't want to be in the box anymore. Some people are born
Yes.
where they don't want to be in the box,
Hmm.
right? I'm getting out of here as soon as I can. And other people, they're comfortable in the box.
Yes.
And so that was really about not being comfortable in the box and deliberately getting out of it. But going back to, I was 35 when I figured out I was in the box.
Yes, it's knowing, right? And so that
Yeah,
goes to the next thing of knowing you don't know, right?
exactly. So when you're in the box and you don't realize there's an outside of the box, you're just focused on your reality and all the things that touch your lives on a daily basis. That's all you think about. And you're not thinking about that. You're not aware of what's out there. And
Right.
so you can't, you're not thinking about what's out there. You're thinking about what's inside the box.
Hmm.
And so I forgot where I was going. See, I did that early this time.
Yes. So you don't know what you don't know, we were talking about.
You don't know. And I didn't know. And so the overcoming ignorance is finding out that you don't know is really the moment, because you never know everything. You
True.
can't, right? But you can always look for it. And if you focus your attention like a laser, I mean,
Hmm.
that's what the Napoleon Hill and the success principles are, is focus like a laser on what you want. And if you can do that, you can do that, but you can't do everything.
True. True. There's too much to learn, right? So
There is. There's too much to learn, and I lost it again.
that's okay. You have to have focus on what it is that you want to do, right?
Well, if you don't know that there's outside the box, right? I didn't know.
Right.
I didn't know the things. I mean, it was worse than that. I
Hmm.
didn't know I was in a box, and
Right.
worse yet, I didn't know my impact in the box.
Yeah.
So when I heard all those people, it's because I didn't know. I
Right.
was still in the box. I didn't know there. I, I had a inkling that there was somebody that when I got that Hill book, I had an inkling that hey, okay, there is a I'm in a box somewhere, and there's an outside of this box. But I um, was trying to figure that out. Why don't I have people in my life? All
Yes.
those people that I alienate those 35 years, it was because I didn't know what I didn't know. And
Exactly.
Deborah Tannen's book, That's Not What I Meant,
Right.
opened my eyes, because she talks about what you see and experience and everything else makes a frame, right?
Yeah.
And what everybody else sees and experiences and all that stuff, they have their own frame. And so I thought I was communicating openly.
Yes.
I was communicating my frame, but I did not know. And that's what I found out. I didn't know that they didn't know.
Right.
They had a completely different frame, and it was really different. I mean,
Yes.
and so they don't know. Nobody knows.
Correct.
You know, they look at you and you go, "Oh, he's a jerk."
Right. They don't know
Or,
what's going
you
on.
know, that really hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
And if they won't tell you that,
Right.
that's really one of the sad things about it is you can go through life hurting people and they will not tell you that.
Yeah.
And but they will if they're in your life go away.
Right. True.
Right.
Oh, it's true.
So learning what you do when I learned that I didn't know,
Hmm.
I mean, when I learned my frame, I had my frame. I kind of understood I had a frame, but when I found out that my frame was unlike anybody else's frame,
Hmm.
that's when I found out I didn't know.
Yes. Now, once you realize that you don't know, you have two options, correct?
You can continue not knowing,
Right? You could
or
choose to not learn and do anything and just keep it the way that it is.
well, and like they say, not a choice is a choice.
Yes,
Right?
exactly.
So you're gonna when I so Hill taught me things like a positive mental attitude.
Hmm.
And the simple success principles. Positive mental attitude is high on the list, and it's one of my. I used to work with a guy that used to call me Mr. Positive
Ah.
because I always walk around going, accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative. You
Did you
know,
dance like that too when you did it?
I did. I did. I,
I could see.
I'm not your normal animal.
Yeah.
I'm not a yogi. I'm a different bear. But yeah, and so I've always, in fact, I don't like to be around negative people
Yeah.
because it hurts me. I'm
Mhm.
trying to be positive, and I don't need that.
Exactly. Why would you want to be around it? True?
Well, sometimes you don't have a choice,
Yeah. And
right?
you can feel the difference when you're around it and you walk away from it. It still kind of clings on to you for a little bit. Would you agree with that?
I think it does more than cling on. I think it plants little negative seeds.
Yes. Yeah.
And the more of those seeds you get, the weedier the garden gets, and the harder it is to come back from it.
True.
And so somehow, through all that abuse in Darrington,
Hmm.
I was still able to be positive. I
See.
mean, and I was thinking about it since the last time we talked, and how um, my sophomore year,
Hmm.
I ran for class president in a town that everybody hated me.
Wow. You
I got
see?
one vote at least.
Yes. Yeah, and that's great.
I remember it because my sister, um, I because of my background in history, I don't have documentation of my history. I
Okay.
have very little, and so I saved stuff. And I was thinking about this saved stuff, and one of the things that I saved was this poster my sister made of me. It was a dollar bill with me in the middle, you
Right.
know, vote for Dan for president.
Ah.
And you know, it's one of those. I'll be oh shoot, I'm almost old now. I'll be old, or what you've prompted me to do is I might write my story down. And
You
at that,
should.
I saved all the letters. I saved those things because it's the only history I have. I
Hmm.
have a book about my mom's family
Hmm.
that goes back to the Pilgrims.
Wow.
And so, yeah, that one's
That's
neat, but
great.
that's one fourth of my family, right? And
Right.
so,
You definitely should. You know I'm gonna bother you about it, so definitely write your story.
well, I mean, really, and it's the same reason that you do your thing
Hmm.
is because if it helps somebody else, and I've gone through a lot of weird stuff that nobody should have to go through,
Yes.
but I bet you somebody has.
Yes.
And so if they can see that and go, hey, he did it, or
Yes.
I can do it,
Mm-hmm.
or anything like that, that's why I would do it. I mean, other than because my spiritual gift is teaching.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not into, hey, look at that. I'm into what can you do better?
Yes.
And if you can teach people how to be self-reliant and all those other things,
Mm-hmm.
then you don't have to be. You're just the teacher.
Yes. Yeah. But your life is going to be the lesson. And it will also show other people that they're not the only ones who've gone through certain things,
Precisely,
right?
precisely, because um, we're all different,
Yeah,
but on the whole, we're not.
exactly.
Right? Statistically speaking, we're not different.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Most of us are pretty normal.
Yes.
And so when you have a bunch of people that are basically pretty normal, you're going to find the same information gaps. You're going to find the same hurts and all those things that you would find in anybody else. But we were talking about this last time about how, right? You go out there and you know what these people are going through because you've gone through it.
Exactly.
Hey, that happened to me, and this is how I got out of. That's how I got past it. This what helped me heal, or something, right?
Yes.
It's not about you.
Right.
It is because in my case, I mean, I had to do some pretty amazing things to get where I am today, and I admit that.
Yes.
And so, if I can share that, and I've read a lot of books about from people that are telling their story just like this, and
Yeah.
um, I think my motivation would be a little different. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it wouldn't be a success book; it would be a commiseration book,
Commiseration, huh?
right? I mean, it's like this guy is in the same boat, or
Yes.
this guy was swimming in the same lake, or this guy he
He knows,
well, it
right?
was
Like he
like
really knew. Like it's
he
not just
knows.
someone just saying it. They see it. They know it. They you
Yeah.
felt whatever it is.
When
So,
you say certain things, it was like we talked about when you got one of the interesting things about personality defects is they're fairly simple to identify the various defects.
mhm.
You got pick 5 of 9, right?
Yeah.
And so if you're one of the, I forgot, what were we talking about?
You said pick five of the
Yeah.
personality out of
No.
the
Yeah, no, you're gonna hit on one of those, right?
yes.
And they're gonna repeat it. They're gonna say
Hmm.
the same words. Doesn't
Exactly.
matter which one it is. If
They
they're
get the
all,
same.
let's say they got borderline personality,
Hmm.
right? All the people who have borderline personality disorder are going to say the same things and
True.
do the same things. Very simple. I mean,
Hmm.
like I said, to get clinically diagnosed for some of these things, it's just pick 5 of the 9 on this list. I mean, if you get 5, you've done it, right?
True.
And so uh, there's pick 5 on and then all of a sudden now if you know, and it
Yeah.
goes back to if you know, right? If you
Correct.
know, and you can see you can start to identify, okay, they're because people are people, and it
Yes.
is what it is, and so our job is to adapt to the people.
Yes. And you just said the phrase I was just going to ask you about, and that was you like to say it is what it is. What does
And
that mean?
it is what it is reality.
Mm-hmm.
It whatever it is right now, it is.
Yeah.
And so um, we argue with reality. We say, well, it should be X, Y, or Z. Well, it's not X, Y,
True.
or Z. And if you act on it should be, you're going to hurt yourself possibly, and maybe even somebody else.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Right.
You can dwell on it. And I mean, we were talking about like my wife's liking to wash dishes,
Yes.
right? It is what it is. She likes to wash dishes.
That's it.
That's less time with me, but she's going to be happier
Mm-hmm.
doing what she likes to do. And so it is what it is that's her thing. I'll let
Right.
her do her thing. Everything's, we talk about unity, right?
Yep.
Hey, you can do your thing, right? And so, yeah, I let her do her thing. I stand back, then we have our thing together,
Yeah. And
you know. And so, I forget where I was going
that's
from there.
about it is what it is. Where
It is what it
you
is.
can't force it to be something else. It just is what it is.
And we use the example of my work in quality, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have to make a decision based on what it is.
Right.
Right? And you need to, if I'm going to collect information and somebody's coming in to give me information, and maybe they don't like, or it's a shoot the messenger kind of leader,
Right.
not really a leader if you shoot,
Yeah.
but you know, so instead of telling the guy what it is because it's bad, I mean,
Right.
I've unfortunately had very few senior leaders who invite bad news.
True.
Right.
Nobody
And
wants it, right?
well, everybody wants
But
it,
you
but
already know you're there, so you know you're gonna find something, so they should be ready. Right?
you can't do anything about what you don't know.
Yes.
And right. So if you got a bad situation and it's a
Mhm.
bad situation, okay, tell me what the situation is, figure things out, and then move from there. But
Yes.
if you come in and say, hey, the situation's pretty good, you know, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, boom,
Yes.
everything collapses.
Yep. Can't do anything. Fix it
Oh,
again.
all I wanted to know was what it is,
Yes.
right? What is it?
Right.
You know, it is what it is a thing. It's a concrete term.
Yeah.
It's a concrete, what's the word I want? Uh, Truth.
Ooh, okay. I like it.
You, what is will always be what is.
True.
The time and date and everything else will change, but
Yes.
it will still be whatever it is.
It
You know, we used to say, you know, you're in the same place because no matter where you go, there's a McDonald's.
right? They said it's supposed to make you feel comfort and like you're in the same place because it's the same idea, right? They-
It is,
yeah.
and that's how those franchises make so
Hmm.
much money. Is they're a known quantity in an unknown environment.
Yes. So, how about we now begin to start the new idea for overcoming ignorance? And this time we're going to start talking about Darrington to Mount Vernon to the Marine Corps and kind of your journey along those lines. So, do you want to start to tell us a little bit about that?
I would like to coach this in the terms of personality,
Okay.
because my person when I left Darrington, uh, like I said, I was had enough gumption to run for president when I
Yes.
knew I was hated. Right,
Right.
but when I left there, I went from some place where it was you couldn't get in trouble.
Okay.
Literally, you there was no way to get in trouble. I mean, not as a kid.
Right.
And then I get to, so I'm think of it as being bound in a box. In
Okay.
my case, the box was small,
Mm-hmm.
right? Dirt poor, right?
Okay.
And ignorant. So I had a really small box.
Yes.
And um, part of the overcoming ignorance is getting the big
Getting
box.
out of the
You
box, right?
don't know, well, you don't know. So when you're dirt poor and you don't know nothing,
Right.
this is better,
Okay.
right? You're not thinking
You're
outside of
just
what
there,
him. That's
right?
what him did for me. I wanted a better life. I
Hmm.
didn't know how to get it.
Right.
Right. I just knew that I was in this situation. I took the best advantage of it. But I then we moved to Mount Vernon, and I was set free, all
Okay.
the bounds. Right. Not only I could get in trouble, and I did, but I mean um, I was thinking about. Well, I'll go back.
Okay.
When my mom remarried, she married a farmer, a
Okay.
bulk farmer. So we talked about how rich the lands were.
Yes.
He was one of the farmers that didn't have a bunch of money. He
Okay.
didn't have. I mean, he had 12 acres, I think, and at least some others. Um, in his late 50s, maybe,
Okay.
never had a kid, never been married,
Okay.
raised a strict Catholic. Here I come,
Oh no.
having never been told,
Okay.
right? Having both never been told stuff, which
Right.
is the ignorance, but second, never been told what to do.
Right.
I mean, I was let free into a city that was 10 times as large.
Right.
They had a whole bunch more stuff to do.
I'm sure.
And so I had that same personality, but
Hmm.
now it wasn't restricted.
Yes.
And so I get to the high school and I'm still an outsider because I'm not your average bear.
Right.
And then I didn't know how not average I was. I mean, I knew things were, I was different from everybody else, but I didn't realize how
Just how
different I was.
much? Yeah.
And so I um, kind of associated more with the losers, if you will, the
Okay.
outcasts.
Okay.
Like one of my friends had elephantitis in her legs,
Oh wow.
right? And um, you kind of get shunned
Hmm.
when things like that. My wife, when she became ill the first time, they pumped her so full of steroids that she gained just a ton of weight real fast. Not
Yeah.
so much weight, but size, right?
Right.
And she's wanted to write about it since because she became invisible,
Yes.
right? Same exact person, same other people, yet she's invisible,
Yeah.
right? And so um, I don't know where I went with that, but
Well, you were saying about how you realized you were different.
yeah, my friends in Mount Vernon,
Hmm.
so the girl's got elephantitis.
Yep.
She's an outsider, right? Other people like that, the the nerds that get into radio,
Right.
or I dallied in a few groups.
Hmm.
I was a lead in radio. I was a lead in the carpentry class, and I talked about building houses. I mean, literally, we
Yes.
built modular homes right in the space between buildings in the high school,
That's cool.
and from ground up. So I
Nice.
learned all plumbing, windows, cabinetry, all that stuff. We learned that stuff, and so I had these things that my best friend came from the carpentry class,
Okay.
right? But I had other friends that were in the radio class.
Hmm.
Wasn't no real jocks. My brother broke my toe right before the only
Oh no.
well, I've been involved. I was involved in baseball since I moved to Darrington.
Okay.
So 10 years old. Um, but I'm slow.
Hmm.
Stuff coming at me freaks me out. Right? And so I got really good at being scorekeeper,
Okay.
right? I mean, real good.
Yeah.
And literally, I knew um, the play. I knew every position's play in every situation.
Nice.
I mean, so I was really into it.
Yeah.
Um, I get to Mount Vernon,
Hmm.
and here's a big school, so they actually have tryouts.
Ah,
My
big
brother breaks my,
difference.
yeah, my brother breaks my toe a week before,
Ah,
and I'm already slow.
right.
I didn't make it into
Oh,
the job group.
yeah. Right. Well, you did okay though. You got through it, right?
I did, and it's kind of interesting how. So I didn't have transportation for a while.
Okay.
Uh, well, until my sister wrecked my mom's car. So the first year and a half, I
Wow.
hitchhiked everywhere, and back then you could.
Yeah.
So I hitchhiked to jobs. I hitchhiked to this. I hitchhiked to wherever. It's like
Right.
one of the reasons I Lost a radio job in Anacortes was because I couldn't drive there.
Okay.
Didn't have reliable transportation.
Right.
And
No
so
Uber.
well, no, I have had a couple sketchy people pick me up, which is, but
Yeah.
no, I, I get there and my mom's, so I'm stuck. I'm either
Okay.
hitchhiking or walking. And the house is 5 miles from town.
And you have a broken toe.
Yeah. No, well, I'm just talking in general.
Oh, in
So,
general. Okay.
right. And so he's a bulk farmer.
Okay.
So that's what Dan gets to do as soon
Right.
as he moves to Mount Vernon. He gets to work at bulb farm.
Okay.
I don't know if you know anything about bulbs.
I do not. What is that?
Well, flower bulbs, right?
Oh,
And the way you harvest flower bulbs
okay.
is you till up the soil and then you pull out the bulbs from the tilled up soil. You have to
Okay.
sort them from dirt clods.
Okay.
Well, I don't like dirt.
Well, that's not for you then.
No, and you know if you because you get paid by the weight of the you're carrying this big
Oh,
gunny
really?
sack, you're
Okay.
throwing these in, and you get paid by the weight. Well, that lasted really short time, and I got to go
Uh,
into the shed.
right.
That's about sizing flower bulbs,
Mm-hmm.
counting to five, three in one hand, two in the other,
Okay.
5, 10, 15,
Okay.
20, right? Things
Yeah.
like that, driving a forklift. But I was still with a guy who really didn't understand kids, and I was not
Right.
your normal kid anyway.
Right.
And so there was some conflict there. Um, so what I did is I went into town and I got a job at Jack in the Box
Okay.
back when they had the clown outfit.
Oh, really?
Used to joke with the new employees that one guy vomited in it once.
Oh,
And
no.
they did, right? And it smelled terrible in there.
Oh, my goodness.
Joe, he puked in it the other day. And, it was a lot of fun.
Oh,
But I had that job for over a year.
good job.
It was not my first job. You know,
Right.
we already talked about I had the other jobs, but I had that job for over a year, and I got a lot of
Mm-hmm.
friends that I eventually alienated, but I got friends there.
Nice.
Um, I got a little bit. I got some spending money for a change, and I
Yeah.
wasn't. I was still living at home,
Mm-hmm.
so I actually had money. And then
Nice.
when I finally had a car, then I had a way to get around and money. And
Nice.
after I left Jack the Box, I went and worked at Taco Time, which is really good
Mm-hmm.
Mexican fast
All
food.
right.
Um,
I'm getting hungry here.
they
Stop talking about food.
used to let us make our own lunches.
Oh,
Man, I gained
really?
so much weight. Flat burritos.
Oh, yeah. I used to work at a food place. They'd have the ice cream and everything, the pasta, all that stuff.
Yeah, so I've done a huge variety of things. I was a bagger when they had baggers at
Yes.
Safeway.
Yeah.
And I delivered office supplies. That's one of the ways I learned about efficient routing,
Ah,
right?
okay.
Because I challenged myself to make this route as fast as I could. And so you have to go, okay, I'm going to hit here.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Nice.
that kind of stuck with me too.
Very
But
nice.
yeah, I've had a large variety of jobs. One of the jobs I got, and I was trying to put times to this stuff, and it's all still kind of fuzzy.
Yeah.
Mount Vernon had it used to be an old railroad station. It got turned into a restaurant. It
Okay.
was shut down, and so this guy, young guy, 23, I forget, who seemed so much older at the time, but he bought it and put a disco in it.
A disco.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so here's the first thing like that around,
Right.
right? So kids are going, hey,
Everywhere, I'm
whoa, right
sure.
on, right? And he did really good. And the design was there was a opening in the second floor, so you could look down on the dance floor
Oh, nice. Yeah.
stuff. And so it, I was in there one time
Yeah.
up by where the DJ was. They moved it later, but up by the DJ, and I think I stood in for a guy or something like that. And when
Okay.
I came out from behind the mic and I was dancing to the
Okay.
music. And so this guy, he hires me to be a DJ.
Nice.
I'm a DJ at this nightclub.
Mm-hmm.
And um, when you're a DJ in a public place,
All eyes
every
on you, right?
well, everybody knows you.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
They want their song played.
no, it's so. Um, the challenge is,
Hmm.
so you talk to all these people, but there's a lot of them that you talk to, right?
Okay.
To them, it was just a conversation between the two of you, right?
Yes.
So they come, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. What's your name?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I remember.
Yes.
Sometimes you do remember.
Hmm.
But I also, and I did talk about uh, overcoming ignorance.
Okay.
I was 50, I think,
Okay.
before I realized I was a player. Uh,
See, let the people know.
I
It could
went
be
back.
any age that you learn this, right?
So I go back to Mount Vernon.
Okay.
I'm 17, maybe 18 at the
Okay.
time, probably 18. Um, and now all of a sudden, you got all the kids in the
Hmm.
region, not just
Hmm.
Mount Vernon, because it's the only thing around, right?
Right.
And all these girls who know you.
Yes. So
I
you,
had, so my joke is Friday the 13th isn't bad for me, but Saturday the 14th is terrible.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I had one Saturday the 14th where I lost 8 girlfriends and 3 jobs on the same
Oh.
day.
You may have been a player, but you're having a little problem there with your
Well,
lifeline.
if you're in a public place, right?
Yeah.
It's all right if one shows up, but if more than one shows up,
Yeah.
you gotta
That-
ignore them all.
Well, it sounds like you had some good memories there.
Well, I mean, it's more than that.
Yeah.
Um, because I had that, and but I didn't know. I did not know. I told you about my girlfriend. Discovered girls, right?
Yeah.
That was the first time. I mean,
See?
my first girlfriend. I experienced it all, right?
Yes.
And so I it's very common for people who come from my situation to try to compensate through love,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so, not thinking about it because I'm not self aware,
Yeah.
I'm compensating by love.
Yes.
And the Marine Corps just made me better at it.
Yeah. Aw.
I joke, I says, you need 3 things to
Okay.
guarantee success with a woman.
Mm-hmm.
One is you got to make them laugh,
Yes.
right? That shows you got a sense of humor, you're intelligent. 2, you got to be able to dance because that
It's
shows you
true.
got rhythm and body control.
Yes.
And 3, you got to be a jarhead.
What exactly is a jarhead?
A jarhead is just a joke for an empty-headed Marine.
Just let them fill up your mind with everything, right?
It, one of the latest ones is crayon eaters. So Marines are crayon eaters.
Crayon eaters,
Crayon
really?
eaters. Yeah, I like to start with burnt umber because it tastes so terrible, and then
Uh-huh.
you work your way up to the good stuff. The reds and
Hmm.
the white's not too bad. It's kind of
Yeah.
minty.
So this is what you learn in the Marine Corps, huh?
Yeah. No, the reason I call it successful, the reason um, that and that's one of the reasons I didn't think of it as being, a hound dog,
Mhm.
because I didn't know. I am sincere when I talk to people,
Yeah.
and um, it's you'd be most really pretty women
Hmm.
don't get approached,
Yeah, I've heard that.
right? Right.
People
So,
are, they think they're already taken, or they think that
or
they're
how
gonna get
are
turned
you?
down,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
nobody's gone after them, right?
Right.
Yeah,
And on more than one occasion, I've come up and talked to somebody about that, and I'm being sincere,
yeah.
and so they sense the sincerity, and I'm a player.
So 50, this is what you learned, right? At age
Yeah,
50.
seriously, I'm talking about. I didn't understand. I mean, and to be honest, we're laughing about it, but it wasn't funny to me because
No, of
those
course
are
not.
some of the same people I hurt. Right?
Yeah,
I didn't mean to. I
right,
wasn't trying to.
right,
I was going off of ignorance,
right.
and
You're doing
so
one
here I.
one perspective, right? Your own perspective, the thought process you had, not realizing all the effects it had on others.
Or their thought processes.
That too, right? You're right. Uh,
Right? And
you're like,
so
oh, okay. They like me, fine. That's great. I'm good, right? So,
it goes back to the frames.
yeah.
The reason that was where I stopped being ignorant
Hmm.
was it wasn't that I had a frame and they had a frame.
Hmm.
It was the realization that they had a frame
Yes.
that was different from my frame. It was so when you become unignorant, we talked about this, you get outside yourself,
Yes.
right? You
Hmm.
take care of yourself so you can take care of other people.
Yes.
You go talk to people and you understand what they've been going through and you work with them, right? And so you get outside of yourself and you start affecting other people.
Hmm. Yeah. So you figured out you're a player, but you didn't realize yet the different boxes that you were in, the different squares that everybody had until later on, I'm assuming.
No, I was Disco Dan and I had a dancing caravan.
There you go.
And
All rhymes
then,
very nicely.
and then when it was a troop of what, probably a dozen people, all with shirts, matching shirts, and everything else. It was,
Okay. You had your
it was
group.
yeah. Well, I mean, we did all these. you were, I had a girl from, so the DJs the on the restaurant was a closet on the first floor, and the
Okay.
roof of the closet was a couple feet below the second floor,
Okay.
right? And so they hung the console out over the upper dance floor because the dance floor was split in two,
Okay.
and then you stood on top of the closet,
Oh, wow.
and that's where the DJ was.
Hmm.
And so the people coming up are 2 feet above you; they're looking down at you, right?
Yeah.
And so uh, I'm looking down on the dancers.
Okay.
And so I'm telling my girlfriend once, I said, I'm explaining to her all the moves.
Okay.
We got the hand sliding down the back, and all this stuff, right? Explaining because I've seen them all, right?
Seen it there for, yeah.
And a little while later, she's out there on the dance floor with this guy and
Uh-oh.
stops right
Really?
in the middle of the floor and starts laughing
Oh,
because
no.
one of them moves on her.
You see? Yeah, exact. She's like, I know what you're doing.
Oh, man, and when I heard what was happening later, I just laughed even harder. But
Oh,
talk about embarrassing to be
yeah.
laughed at on a dance floor. Ouch.
Yeah, you don't want to be laughed at in the middle of it.
You know.
Aw.
And so that became Dr. Rock when disco faded.
Okay.
I've always been a rocker anyway.
Yeah.
But that was also when, so I grew up in the church, literally.
Mm-hmm.
My mother worked in the church. So I grew up in the church, and when I turned 18, I left
Okay.
because what I saw and what I heard were not the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was a building full of hypocrites instead of a building full of sinners.
Okay.
Right. And so I left. I left the church, and I mean, all that stuff's still in there,
Yes.
but I'm like, no,
You made
not,
your choice, right? You found what worked for you.
not yet. In
Not
fact, I've only found one.
okay.
It's not here, unfortunately.
Aw.
Um, so I'm unrestrained. I already don't have anybody telling me what I can do.
Right.
I got Mike in the
Mm-hmm.
background, right? He
Yes.
don't like me, but he's not telling me what to do.
Right.
Right. And so um, my buddy and I, so he worked for his he worked as a firefighter, forest firefighter
Oh, wow.
during the season.
Okay.
Something I have utmost respect for.
Yes.
That is a very dangerous job.
Oh, yeah.
Um, and so we mutually corrupted each other.
Uh-oh. I'm a little nervous here. What are you gonna tell me for this
Well, I
story?
mean,
Were you
we
what age were you when this happened? Were you the player yet?
well, I was.
Okay.
Um, yeah, it happened when I was working at the disco.
Okay.
And
All
so
right. So you
um,
still had your little entourage
we
and stuff.
it was when gas went to $1 a gallon
Uh,
from a quarter. It
wow.
went 50 cents to $1, right? And so he had access to the gas pumps at the Department of Natural Resources.
Oh, nice.
So we stocked up on gas.
Okay.
He also had access to an airport business that had a gas pump.
Ah, nice.
And so we stocked up on gas there.
Some
But,
more.
but then we um, broke into the business
Hmm.
to see what we could find. We got lucky because we we were going to cut the safe open.
Oh my goodness.
I went and got uh, oxyacetylene set up.
Oh wow.
It was out of oxygen, so I got
You
lucky.
got lucky, yeah.
But they caught us.
Mm.
I did 45 of 60 days
Oh wow.
because I'm a good kid.
Right.
Um, I've done hard time.
Aw. Aw.
Well, I mean, I spent time more than a few days behind bars, so
Yeah.
that was when. And later, when because I got fined, and besides the time in jail, and I had because I didn't have that was back when I didn't have any income.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, I was living in my car, which is parked next to a barn and covered with boards. Right.
Right.
I've lived in my car for more than a year and a half.
Right.
Right. So
Wasn't easy times at that time.
well, it's like when I hear about homeless people,
Hmm.
I have a real hard time with that because, like being ignorant, I have been homeless too.
Right.
And being a vagrant isn't being homeless. That's a
Right. There's a difference.
and so I lived in my car, and I would friends would let me shower or do laundry or something, and
Yeah.
um, I want to join the Marine Corps, right? So I
Right.
got schools getting paid for to a point because of my running the radio station.
Okay.
So that was paying tuition. Back then, tuition was pretty cheap.
Yes.
And so, but I didn't have money for books. I didn't have money for a lot of other things. And my dad, who we didn't have a relationship at the time, said, um, pay your way through your first year and then we'll talk about
Okay.
it. And so um, he didn't do that with my sister.
Uh, yeah.
And
Sometimes it's different.
um, I had to do something. And that was when I decided I was going to join the Marine Corps.
Okay.
I had to go to the prosecutor's office and get a waiver for the money I still owed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I had a deferred sentence.
Mm-hmm.
And so um, the plea could be changed to not guilty
Okay.
once I did the time and I was a good boy for a while and I
Yeah.
paid my fines and everything else. And so um, the I don't have the crime on my record because
Good.
it's
Because you were
officially
still young, right?
no, it's officially not guilty because I paid
Oh,
the penalty, right? And
okay.
the deal was if you pay the penalty,
We'll erase
you're
from
not guilty, right?
right.
Because like I said before, if you did it,
Yeah.
and I walked in there and says, yeah, I did it,
Yeah.
and realize at the time what happens when you say that, how
Yeah.
you're throwing yourself
You were
on the mercy.
just confessing, right? You were doing
I mean, I would anyway. I
right.
just didn't know that the
That's not
how
the way
the
to do it.
legally
Yeah.
how that worked, right?
Yes.
And so, but I didn't have a history before. The judge, it was a some sort of felony,
Right.
so it was more than
Yeah, not a little thing, right? It would end up
another
following you
thing.
around if
So
it stayed there.
my buddy got more time than I did.
Really?
Yeah,
Is it because
no,
he worked there, you think?
no, I don't know exactly
Okay.
why. I mean, it was
It
two
was a
weeks.
thing.
I mean, so I was in there for 6 weeks. I think he was in there for 8.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
I mean, it wasn't much of a difference. And I think the
Right.
main difference was that I was young and dumb and,
Right.
didn't know. And so, yeah, I had to take care of that
Right.
before I could. So here I am at 8 or 9, little criminal.
Ah.
Moved to Darrington where I
Hmm.
can't be,
Right.
then to Mount Vernon where I'm set free.
Right.
And all of a sudden, I learned about girls.
Mm.
I start hanging around with people that influence me badly. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, it's always, oh, he's such a bad influence. And I go, no, it's very much mutual.
Yeah.
We just feed off each other, right? And
Right.
that's kind of people. So the regulars at the disco were associates and friends. And,
Hmm.
I had that group.
Yes.
And then I got locked up, and some tool in the disco made a scene in public about it. And
That's all it takes, right?
that's all it takes.
So then you're like, all right, fine. Now what? Right?
Well, it is what it is. I mean,
Okay.
we got into a scuffle, which
Hmm.
I'm not very good at. I have a good rough exterior, but I'm really squishy like a marshmallow.
Ah.
I, I did it again.
All right. So my squishy marshmallow, what happened next?
um, so this is, I talked about the timeline getting all kind of mixed up. Um, I want to go back and talked about how at the radio station in college, KSVR,
Okay.
was 10 water when I showed
Okay.
up, right? Barely covered campus,
Okay.
right? And in the process of raising the money to save that,
Hmm.
I got a new transmitter, a 100-watt transmitter from a program in Edmonds. They were changing there's only 2 colleges in the whole area that had radio programs, and that was one of them. And so I got this 100-watt transmitter and put it in there. I also increased the on-air talent by 500%.
Wow.
Right? So I increased the number of hours on air, and I
Okay.
increased the size of the radio station. And the that 100 watts changed it from barely covering campus to international,
Do you see?
because the college is on a hill.
Mm-hmm.
It's a valley, big, wide, open valley because of the river, straight out to the ocean. So it's a straight shot across water to Vancouver.
Nice.
So I actually had listeners from the prison in Vancouver,
Mm,
right? And I was the party music Saturday night because I had a
nice.
4 hour show.
Very nice.
So I
So
did that.
you did that for how long?
Well, it took, I did that for year and a half. Um, I quit college at the end of my fall semester. I had signed up for the Marine Corps in November,
Okay.
but I signed up delayed entry because I wanted a specific job. I
Oh,
wanted to, I wanted to get into weather,
oh, nice.
and weather is a really small field.
Okay.
And so I had what they call as a delayed entry.
Hmm.
So I signed up in November. I went to boot camp in January.
Okay.
And in between, I worked in the recruiter's office. I
Uh,
do not pity recruiters because my job was to call every single high school student
wow.
and try to talk them into the Marine Corps.
Of course.
You know, I mean, moms don't like that idea.
Oh, no, no.
And here I am, 18 years old, going,
Yeah.
oh, I
Yeah,
don't
come
know,
on. You want to
Uh,
join,
but
right?
I went into boot camp with a promotion.
Oh, wow,
Right?
that's great.
It paid off.
Nice.
But that's what I did. I went in to join the Marine Corps. I joined the Marine Corps, one, because I didn't have any money,
Hmm.
and second, because I didn't have a slightest idea of where I was going.
Right.
And uh, third, because it's better than any other option.
True. At that point, yeah.
No, uh, better than the Army, better than the Navy, better than the Air Force, better, 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 better.
Ah, okay.
Right. Uh, I go for the best of everything.
Good.
Uh, and and
How
so
did
I,
that turn out? Excuse me.
well, now that I married her,
Hey, the best of the best.
well, that's where I met her. So
Ah,
I talked about weather being a really small field.
yes.
It is so small that all of the services go to the same school.
Okay.
So you break out for 1 week into your specific disciplines, like
Hmm.
the Navy, it's oceanography,
Okay.
and the Marines, it's pilot balloons. So you put a balloon up in the air and you track it,
Okay.
right? And so each of the branches has their own little thing that they go off and do for a week. I really feel sorry for the Navy guys because oceanography is really hard,
Hmm.
and they get 1 week and it's half their grade.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I met my wife. And
Nice.
then, um, well, that's a different story.
We'll save that for the next the part four.
Well, that it's the story is called "LinkedIn to Love,"
Yes.
and
Nice.
there is amazing number of coincidences
Yeah.
that brought us back together.
Aw. See,
And so, it, when I got divorced, I had all my stuff in these great big huge boxes because I didn't have any time to move my stuff.
right.
Right, so I just throw it in these boxes. And I was at my friend's house who had the boxes, and I was going through and I was putting them in smaller boxes. And I found a box that had a picture, had a few pictures
Hmm.
of me and my wife
Okay.
back in 1984.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh wow. And she had reached out to me a couple years earlier,
Mhm.
had found me on LinkedIn. It's the only place,
Ah, you
the only
see?
social thing I do is LinkedIn, right?
Yes.
And she found me on LinkedIn and said, hey, is this Dan Ness? And I go, is this Carol? Oh man, jumps out of my chest, right?
Ah,
Because literally, when I needed a positive thought, I thought about her.
ah,
And so, um, but we both lied to each other about our marriages and all that
right.
other stuff. And
Yeah.
I come across this picture, right? And I'm like,
Hmm.
hmm,
Let
dip my toe in the
me
water.
go check that out.
Yeah, that's what I sent her this email going, hey, look how young we were.
I
Blah, blah.
know.
And,
Aw,
it's like, so but I kind of left it there. And
yeah.
I was cleaning up my apartment a couple weeks later and I had a stack of books. And I was putting the books away. And in that stack was that picture.
Mm-hmm.
And the picture is us in an airport.
Okay.
And she's getting ready to leave, and I'm behind her, and we're holding hands. My one hand is behind her, giving her bunny ears. The other hands are holding hands.
Yes.
And then um, I, I saw our hands, and every single emotion I didn't know I had hit me at once.
Ah,
I knew at that second that I was going to be married to her for the rest of my life.
see? Me
And
too.
we are freakishly alike. In fact, we got married 3 months after we reconnected.
Oh, really?
I
See?
knew, well, I knew we were gonna.
Yes.
So why wait?
All right. You guys
And
both, you knew.
I look for a near holiday or something. And so New Year's Eve or New Year's Day is our anniversary.
Oh, nice. I like it.
And
And
so
and how long has it been?
that
Putting you on
was
the spot.
2019.
Nice.
So 6 years or however long it is. I'm not good with that math
That's
stuff.
okay. Nope,
It's
that's
really
all right.
hard.
But you were right, right? Exactly what you thought. And from all the different things that they're going to have to watch later, when you start to talk about the 44 rules and all the other things that you've learned since you've been together, it will be a good lesson for them to see how reuniting with someone that you kind of always knew you should have been with
Well,
a certain way, right?
the 44 rules exist because of her. Before her, they weren't 44 rules.
Correct. Yeah.
And so she's responsible for that too, or at least for them becoming public.
Yes. See? So I'm excited to talk more about those, but we're gonna wait until the next podcast for that one. You like that? Leave a little teaser,
Yeah,
leave 'em dangling a little bit to find out.
share the starter story. Like, oh,
Yes, because we had was it learning how to love again is one of the topics we were going to talk about. And it'll be a combination of that plus the 44 rules, plus again how you guys reunited and things like that. So I think that will be a nice intro to the next one. What do you think?
I think you have a great idea.
Thank you. So, I didn't know if there was anything more that you wanted to share with this podcast, or if you wanted to hold on for the next one.
Well, I just want to finish so because we're up to the Marine Corps.
Yes,
So I just wanted to finish there.
yes, let's go.
So I joined the Marine Corps as a reservist to get
Okay,
that job,
okay,
intending to go active duty as soon as I got.
okay.
I go to school, I meet my wife. She breaks my heart into a zillion pieces. That's a different story.
Okay.
And
You go from player to brokenhearted. Okay, let's see.
uh, no, yeah, okay, I was a player. You made me lose my thought. Shame
Sorry.
on you.
So you went to the Marine Corps. Okay.
So I joined as a reservist so I could get the weather occupational specialty.
Okay.
And when I showed up at my unit, they said, "Hey, we're going to Hawaii in April."
Nice.
So I said, "I'm going to stick around here till April."
Okay.
Right. And so we went to Hawaii, and I met some people that I went to school with.
Okay.
And I got the CO of the weather office to put in a request for me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then the Marine Corps said, "We need helicopter electricians."
Okay.
So they spent tons of money to teach me weather and then spent a bunch more money to get me to start working on helicopters.
Very cool.
So the end of my career in the Marine Corps was working on CH-53s, which are very, very large helicopters.
See, and did you learn a lot and did you like what you did or you kind of just went with it?
I learned a lot. Uh, you build up a certain kind of camaraderie in the shop
Okay.
because in that, unlike other environments, in that environment, you have a shop. You're
Right.
sitting there waiting for the pilots to come back telling you what's
Right.
wrong with the airplane. And I had some really cool chances to discuss to find problems.
Yes.
We had one problem with that would show up and not show up, show up, and every time you went out to look for it, it wouldn't happen.
Ah,
So there's a compartment in the front of the helicopter where all the electrical boxes are.
okay.
I've been there, and I got the pilots in there, and everything's firing up, and I take my screwdriver and I tap the component,
Okay.
and I get a spark.
Oh,
So the ground wire was loose.
right.
So when it wasn't vibrating, it was giving you connectivity. And as soon as you hit that,
It would do
you
the
shook it loose. And so when they went to fly this thing, they're vibrating all over the place. And,
right.
you know, finding that, when it stumped everybody else, that's kind of cool.
See? You're a detective.
But we're going to at least spend some time talking about my continuous improvement stuff.
Of course,
No,
definitely.
I'm not quite sure where I first read about it,
Okay.
but do you know what a shadow board is?
Yes.
Okay.
But why don't you explain it for those who might not know?
Yeah, a shadow board is a board with a specific place to hang a tool, and that tool's shadow is there. So when the tool's missing, the shadow's there, and the tool's not there. And so um, it's a good way for traceability of tools.
Hmm.
And so I was working in the tool shop or the tool room in our squadron.
Hmm.
And if you lose a tool, every plane goes down,
Oh,
right?
so it's a big deal. It's not
So,
just, oh, I'll go get another one. It's a big
same,
deal.
yeah, same thing in commercial, right?
Okay.
And so it shuts everything down. It is a big deal. And then
Right.
you have to go search until you find the tool, right?
Okay.
Well, they didn't have anything like this when I was in there, and they were
Okay.
having all sorts of problems with the shutting stuff down. And so what I did, and I read this somewhere, I'm not sure where I read it, but I put up shadow boards. It was the
Okay.
first continuous improvement thing I ever did. I didn't do it consciously. I didn't.
Right. You just
Well,
did
I
it
did
at a
consciously. I just didn't understand the concept,
right.
what frame it was in. But yeah, whatever I just said.
Well, you created the idea of having the shadow boards, which you said is like the first time they did that, right?
It solved the problem
Yes.
because when you check in your stuff at the end,
You'll see the one that's missing. Yes.
you find it missing when you want to find
Or
it.
you walk away, right?
Yeah, exactly. And so it was cool. I was just thinking about this the other day. I got in the gunnery sergeant who ran the tool room.
Okay.
here I'm this hard charging new Marine, and so I take his coffee cup, and
Okay.
it's all stained with coffee stains and everything. And I scrub and I
Yeah.
scrub. Oh, he chewed my ass out.
Oh
Says,
no.
ever do that
Oh,
again?
he didn't
Because
want it clean.
no, he didn't. He wanted it was like a collection of all the flavors together.
Ah, you took away that
Took
yeah,
away
the
his
base of
flavor,
it.
yeah,
Yeah. He worked hard on that. Oh,
years.
yeah. So
So yeah, that was my. See if I can trying to think.
so yeah, okay. So um you got to go to Hawaii not only to learn about the weather, but you learned about helicopter repairs, right?
Not in Hawaii. In Hawaii, I actually got certified as a weather observer.
Oh, okay.
The Marine Corps decided instead of keeping me in weather when I went active duty to
Right.
make me an electrician.
Okay. So
So
they decided they're going to use you another way.
yeah, they spent weather is the second most difficult school in the military.
Right.
So it's it's hard
Right.
and it takes a while to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And so they spent a lot of money teaching me weather
Right.
just to turn around and spend a lot of money and time teaching me how to be an electrician.
That means you're kind of valuable. If they're willing to invest all of those things on you, that means they say they saw something that you could do it, and you did.
It's allowed me to get a job at Boeing.
See? There you go. So each step moves you one step closer to something else, right?
Well, yes. And I was trying to think of a way to tie it into the box and in your ignorance because one step gets you closer,
Yes. But you also go backwards.
but closer to what?
True. Depends on
Right?
what you're looking for.
You're going somewhere,
Yes.
right? And so the whole thing about Napoleon Hill's, he calls it a definite major purpose.
Hmm.
That's your lasered focus, right?
Yes.
If you, if you've, in my case, after book upon book upon book, when it started to click, then I could go one step further towards that point.
Yes.
Before that, it's one step further.
But
Yes,
you don't know
I'm
where you're going.
further from the box,
Right.
but might as well be a box because I don't know. I'm still ignorant, and yeah, I made it out of the box, and and
Now
had.
what? Right?
I mean, the Marine Corps was good for me in a lot of ways. I mean, it taught me how to be a man. We talked about that. How I didn't know what being a man was because I didn't have any male influences. Um, I had the tool room experience, and when I started having nightmares about lost tools, I
Oh.
asked to be shipped out of there. And then I spent my last 6 months
Yeah.
on Otter Patrol, and so we buried Marines,
Oh. Yeah.
and I mean, that was a case where um, we value you enough to because I was the junior guy.
Yeah.
But I mean, in the Marine Corps, if you want a Marine Corps funeral, you get a Marine Corps funeral. All
Yes.
you have to do is serve 1 day active duty.
Really.
Yeah, and so it's funny that you go to these events and our staff sergeant would go, okay, you can have one because they'd have a wake or something like that. You can have
Right.
one beer, right?
Right.
Well, these guys, all the buddies
Right.
are like, they want to liquor you up and
Of
tell you all,
course.
oh yeah, man.
One beer per person.
Yeah, well, yeah, but we had one funeral where there was a viewing,
Mhm.
and so we were there early, and one of the guys in the squad goes into the coffin. He's like this. He goes, "Oh,
Oh
he's
no.
not too heavy," and I'm like,
What are you
"Dude,
doing? Yeah.
Well, he used to work in a mortuary.
So he's used to it, right?
And he
Yeah.
told us about how they put newspaper in
Yeah.
the legs for the pant legs and things like that. But still, right?
I know. Yeah.
And
Not the appropriate time.
the next day when they had the viewing, it was the guy had been we knew he was going to die months in
Right.
advance. It was terminal cancer,
Okay.
and he had a like a 10-year-old kid.
Oh,
It was kind of sad, and I think it was uncle, his brother, or something was there,
right.
and his uncle had a pinky ring,
Okay.
so it was like this. It'd be good, Rocco. Don't worry about it. Things are
Uh,
something, you know. Oh man, but
yeah.
you see things like that, or one of the it's when you present the flag or the colors to the survivor,
Hmm.
certain things are said, and it starts out with on behalf of a grateful nation and president, right? And so normally I didn't hear that
Okay.
because I was at the foot of the coffin,
Right.
and the survivor is usually at the head of the coffin.
Right.
But this one time we were under a canopy, and so I could hear the
Okay.
presentation of the colors, and I'm like, okay, okay. Never have I wanted to right turn in March. I mean, because I was about to lose it.
Mm,
And so you have moments like that. You have these guys that want to tell you all the stories about them and their buddies and all the things that they did, and then you have these people where it's like rip your heart out.
yeah.
One thing I learned, so half the people cry at taps,
Right.
the other half cry at the volley rounds,
Mm.
and who isn't crying already cries at the presentation of colors.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty emotional, and it's really neat to be able
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
uh, to honor somebody like that.
Definitely. I mean, that must have been a very, I don't know the right word to say, but humbling experience. A beautiful experience at the same time. I don't know the right word, but
I I would think both of those are appropriate.
respectful.
I just didn't know it. Right,
Yeah.
all those things happen, and you're right. I mean, that's part of that lack of self awareness. Is
Right.
uh, yes, those things happen, and
Yeah.
I've felt a lot of things over the years that I wasn't until I had a name for it that I'm like, oh, well,
Okay.
that makes sense now.
Yeah.
And so yeah,
Yeah. Aw.
you're making me hot. I don't
You
have
gotta
one.
start dancing again. Do that dance.
I'm in the South. It's so hot here.
Where's your iced tea? Come on. Your sweet tea.
It's
Right.
been in the mid 90s for a few weeks.
Oh yeah, it's been hot here too. It's been right today it was 89. It was hot. Yeah.
You probably have more humidity though.
Oh yes,
It was,
definitely.
it's only like 40% today.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was not too bad.
Okay. So, okay. So, you're in the Marine Corps. You learned a lot of different things, right? You got to go to Hawaii at one point. Then they had you working on helicopters. Then you were helping to do the honoring of the funerals. And what else?
I perfected being a player.
Ah!
I
Well,
mean,
there you go. It's the
you know,
thing. All right,
I
this is the perfect time for you to recruit for the Marines by
yeah,
letting them know the thing that you learned best was how to be a player.
no, it's I was already a player. That wasn't the what I learned.
Oh, you didn't learn that in there?
But I talked about the three things you need, and there's a reason. There's actually truth behind that. The
Okay,
reason
let's hear
that
it.
Marines are confident.
Yes.
Confidence is very attractive to women.
True.
they're confident and they're bold.
Yes.
And so both of those are um, desirable traits.
No, it's
And
true.
so when you come in, you're confident, you're willing to walk up to the hottest chick in the place and start talking her up,
Yep.
right? And you can dance and you can make them laugh.
You got the trifecta right there, right? See, you did learn all the moves.
Yeah, well, it's
All
unfortunate
right,
that
guys, take notes.
well, if you really want to have success, you
So,
have to go for it.
so
Nowadays.
you learn how to be a player, but you also found your wife
Well, I didn't learn to be a player. I just
was
was.
the player.
Well, I mean, when we talk about it is what it is.
True.
It is. I was. I mean, and I'm not coming to this lightly. This is something that I realized
You were
years
like a natural, you just kind of knew that,
ago.
hey, I can do this just naturally, right? It was within you.
No, we talk about you get out of the box so you can go back and look in the box,
Yes.
right? And so when I'm out of the box by a couple decades and I'm
Hmm.
looking back at all these people, I mean, at 35, I'm looking at the people I hurt, and some of those were not too much further in the back than that. And so you're sitting here going, and I'm like, it's like,
Oh no.
so in Darrington,
Hmm.
I'll preface this by saying I discovered that there's nothing out of my league.
Okay.
So in Darrington, I went after the number one cheerleader.
Ah, good for you.
Well, I was hated by
Is that when everybody hated you and then you did the
yeah,
presidency?
yeah. I mean, I didn't get anywhere with her,
Right.
but
But you were
we were
brave
friends.
enough, right?
Well, going through my pictures, I have she had a card from high school.
I
I
see.
got a picture of her. So, but I mean, so I'm sitting there looking at that, and I'm serious. Very attractive women do not get approached very often.
It's
And
no,
if
it's
you can get
true.
up
I've
there
I've
and
read
be
that
funny,
myself.
yeah,
And
get
and
funny.
it's people don't realize people aren't brave enough.
No, exactly. But
That's it.
if you're funny,
Yeah.
right, and you're
People forget
sincere,
they're just people. They just got better looks. They don't even realize it half the time. True.
I have I have opened more conversations with women like that by specifically asking them about their beauty. Does that get
See,
in your way? You know,
see.
and I'm sincere about in the question, and they
You want to
sunset
hear the
security,
answer?
and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden you got a genuine conversation going on. And so um, then all that charm and
Ah, then you throw
uh,
in a couple
yeah,
jokes and stuff.
and yeah, next
Yeah,
thing,
you're a player. Well, then
like,
you're gonna have to write a different book, okay? You're
yeah,
gonna write the book about, learning how to love again, but the also first edition has got to be how to be a player
well,
and what you've been through as that, and then
the
move on to the next.
we talked about me liking going for the best,
Yes.
and it goes for women too, and I'm married to it.
See?
It took a while to get her, but um, I'm married to her, and um, it's yeah,
Ah,
the right person is the right person.
that's it. You found your match,
Mhm.
right?
I was going to tell you, um, so 3 months we got
Okay.
married.
Yeah.
3 months, which means there's a lot of still unknown. I mean,
Of course. Yeah.
all the emotions and everything that I'd packed away that I forgot I had,
Right.
frankly, those came back.
Yes.
But you know, we dated for a year and a half, right? So you're not good. And
You know, you
so
get the whole thing in that time.
we're driving back from Nashville, where
Hmm.
we got married, driving back to Washington State.
Okay.
And I'm saying something, and then she said something back to me,
Okay.
and it was one of those talk about freakishly alike. It was something that was in my head.
Mm.
So I go, I didn't know you were cool.
See, that was a bonus.
Uh, because I knew based on what we'd been through that we could make anything work. And
Yes.
that's why I didn't mind the 3 months.
Yes.
But finding out, I mean,
That you were right.
we do
Yeah.
this all the time. You can get out of my head anytime you want
Ah.
because we're thinking the same thoughts.
Yes.
We're really, really weirdly alike.
Ah.
And it's a good thing.
Exactly. No, and as you said, you're a match. You got the one you wanted. You're good. What else? What else do you want, right? What more could you want? And now,
Well,
ah, come on.
my favorite charity, if you'd like to
Yeah.
donate to my favorite charity, feed
Yeah.
my birds.
Yeah.
I got a couple new birds this week.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
So
wood pewee, and today was a chipping sparrow.
a chipping sparrow. I do watch. I am looking at the birds that you have, and I've been telling my mom because we now you've influenced us. Just so you know, we now have like a bird feeder. My cats are looking at it. My mom and I are looking at it. We're checking out all these cool birds, and I show her your post on LinkedIn with. I'm like, look at this bird. So yeah, no, there's a lot of variety of birds. It's a very cool thing to watch, and until you really start to pay attention to them, you don't realize they're very busy. They're busy doing all different things.
The thing that amazes me is I don't have to go anywhere. I can sit in my chair and they coming to me. I'm sure
Exactly.
I'm missing some in the trees and stuff, but I mean, with these two, it's now 81 varieties from
Wow.
my porch.
See? No, there's a lot. We saw this year, I can't even keep track of how many, but like I've seen a variety of different colors, all different sizes and shapes, I haven't really been listening to their chirp sounds, but just watching them outside the window has been a lot of fun.
Well, I'm still working on that.
Yeah.
The whole point of my post is the repetition, right?
Yes.
Seeing it over and over again, stuff just kind of the reason I was able to identify that wood pewee and the chipping sparrow is because they weren't like what I was used to seeing, right?
Exactly.
And so that's kind of where it's going with the sound. If I
Hmm.
can sit there and watch and do it, then
Yes.
eventually it's gonna. Oh, that's
Yep.
it's
You'll
like
know that that's
cardinals that are really sharp, um,
Mhm.
chirp sound.
You
You
also had some rabbits. What else you had there? Was there a skunk or a
we
rabbit?
have rabbits.
Yep.
They're now coming closer to the house. They used to be further away, but now we have more of them, and they're coming close to the house. We have I don't know how many skunks. A lot of
Right.
skunks.
A lot of them, right? So you
Yeah,
have a lot of different things there on Happiness Ridge. We
around
will
about
definitely do an episode about that because I do want to talk more and be able to show people pictures. And even if you walk out there, I don't know if you could have your computer out there showing them what it looks like. That'd be kind of cool, right?
well, I mean, you talked about sitting on the porch. Well, I often take my computer out there
I
because I
see.
like being outside. You know?
Yes.
And that's a frustrating thing about my email not being on my
Uh,
computer.
yeah, I hear you.
New
Oh, you
computers,
also do you're also doing craftsman work as well,
yes,
right?
I
So you build not bird feeders, what do you
bird
build?
feeders.
You do build the bird feeders, right? Not the bird house. I would did the reverse.
Yeah, most of what I build are well, I sell a lot of ice cream or ice cream scoops, pizza cutters. I sell more pizza cutters than anything else.
Yeah.
I have my catalog keeps growing,
Yes.
but I'm trying to steer the business towards corporate gifts.
Nice.
Right, because I have some really nice stuff. I use really nice woods, and I have a laser so I can engrave them with corporate logos and all this other stuff. Right, and then because it's doing shows is hard.
Yeah. You got
And
to
so
travel a lot and pack everything up and pack it back. And yeah.
and have it rain on you.
Yeah. If it's
Yeah,
not a good show, then you're just sitting there all day for when you could have been doing other things, right?
yeah. I want to. I mean, I like doing it to meet people and talk about
Yes.
what I'm making, but I would prefer that most of my business was okay. You need X number of this, right? And I'll put together a catalog of those kinds of gifts and start working from there.
Perfect. So if somebody just wanted to go peek and see some of what you've been doing already, what's your website again?
HammerheadCustomSolutions.com.
Very
One,
nice. Nice. And you also were doing things with metal at one point, horseshoes. Are you still doing any of that?
it's all the same.
Okay.
Um, uh, Unfortunately, I can't do both at the same time. I have a
Okay.
really, I have a small shop,
Mm-hmm.
and metal and wood tools don't go together.
Okay.
The metal dust and all this other stuff. So I have to do
You have to
one
choose one.
or the other.
Okay.
And so, and then the switchover is pretty significant. So,
Okay.
but
Well,
yeah,
we're
whatever.
definitely going to show a little bit of each, just so people can see what you do. I mean, you really are an artist. You're a craftsman, and your creativity behind what you make is amazing. And again, on the episode that we talk about the love of your life, we'll show off some of that with what you created for her. I wanted to thank you again for being a fun guest as always, playa.
uh,
Made me
Overcoming
laugh
to
too
become
much,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But we will definitely have another one to go on to the other phases. We definitely also want to talk about, falling in love again. I would like another one to talk about your actual craftsman, style and let people know more about that. If you, in fact, have any brochures that you make up, feel free to let me know. I'll post it out for you as well. Um, People can go and see your website if they want to see exactly the type of things you've already been making and definitely reach out to you. You are, like you said, it's easy to find you on LinkedIn if people
Mhm.
are hunting you down. Is there any other way that they should reach out to you?
Um, no.
All right, LinkedIn is the way to go, or go through the
Yeah,
website,
they-
right?
and the website has contact information.
Perfect. Okay, great. So thank you very much for being part of this podcast. I
Thank
had a lot of
you.
fun and I can't wait to learn more. Each story we learn about you, it gets more and more exciting, and you just don't know what you're going to tell us.
Well, I understand that part. I don't know about exciting.
Well, I did not know we were going to be talking about your player
Yeah, yeah,
and your
I didn't
disco
either.
era and all these other fun things that you did. So,
We talk about discovering things about yourself. It's like, oh,
exactly.
I didn't know. Why did I say that?
Can't take it back. That's the fun part. After the
Yeah.
podcast is over and you watch it again, you're like, did I really talk about that? Oh, oops.
And just be glad we grew up before our mistakes were captured on film.
True. Very true. So,
You know, yeah.
right.
Except for I come on here and tell you what I did.
I
That's
know, right? Well, you're up here telling everybody already. So whether there's
Tracy.
a picture proof or not, you just said it. Well, thanks again. It was a lot of fun. And I hope you have a very nice weekend.
You too.